A shut-in spell. Whatever it is, you've got to tell us. Talia. It must be important.
Without question, Vaelen. No ears beyond those at this table need hear what we're discussing. And there's no point in delaying our conversation. Kara, I am sorry for what we must now show you. But the secrecy of the hold and this room is no longer enough to hide the truth. Fenrir, show them what you found.
What is it?
The King's signet. Where did you get this? Their eyes. He felt it with her. Great Mother. Could it be the Gemini soul?
Do not touch it, Kara. Don't even lay a finger beside it.
Uncle found it outside the old monastery, near the ruins of Thea Landro, near the Rit Scar.
The crypts below are filled with coffins. Dozens of them. He'd been watching them move them in for more than a week. God's thunder. It's never done that before.
It's alive. I can feel him. I can feel her clawing, screaming, trying to get out.
He senses the archer! Fenrir! Conceal it! Quickly! Thank the Mother that you're so incredibly stubborn and devoted, Vaelen. Had you not found her when you did, she would likely already be under the archer's influence.
Someone is trying to summon the 12.
The 12?
The Hollow King never ruled alone, Vaelen. He was a conductor of a dark orchestra. To bridge the gap between the void and our world, he requires his 12 generals. They are his apostles, his high priest, and his anchors. Without them, he is a ghost. With them, he is a god. In the Great War, the apostles were the ones who turned the rivers to ash. When the king was banished, they were supposed to have withered with him. But someone has found their husks. They are pouring voidessence into those coffins to jumpstart their hearts.
You said there were dozens of coffins, Fenrir. If there are only 12 apostles, what are the others for? They're replacements, lad. Fodder if one should fail. But Talia thinks the first 12 are the only ones that matter for the ritual.
Whoever is behind this, there is a flaw in their plan. But it is a flaw that endangers us all. The king's ritual was never meant for 12. It was designed for 13. A baker's dozen of darkness. 12 to hold the corners of the world, and a 13th to stand at his right hand. The commander of the Ironbound.
Me. I was the 13th.
Yes, Kara. You were the 13th. The most powerful of them all. Because you were the only one who kept your tactical mind, while the others became mere beasts of the void. By sharing his soul and pulling you back, Vaelen didn't just save the woman he loves. He stole the king's centerpiece. The ritual cannot be completed without a 13th. But since the king no longer has your soul under his thumb, he's doing something far more desperate. He's using the apostles to track you. They are like hounds catching a scent. To them, the Gemini soul you two share is a flare in the middle of a midnight sea.
So we aren't just targets. We're the missing pieces of his puzzle.
If he wants his general back, he'll find I'll do anything to use her against him.
Then we don't wait for them to knock. If they need the 13 to finish the job, and they've only got 12, We go find them while they're still rubbing the sleep out of their eyes.
It won't be that simple, Finri. The first apostle, Vorgos, is likely already awake and hunt Banel. He won't wait for the others. He'll come to reclaim the king's property.
But now that Kara has a soul, does that mean they can't reach the Witch Archer?
It means we have a chance, Keely. But that brings me to what concerns me.
What, Talia? And what do you mean? Gemini soul?
The ritual that split your soul worked, Vaelen. You shared your soul to save her. But in doing so, you created a light so bright that the shadows in the void have taken notice. They aren't just looking for the Witch Archer anymore. They're looking for the source. You look at each other and see a miracle of love and survival. But to those of us in the Weaver's Guild, you are a ghost story come to life.
A ghost story? I thought we were dealing with a bond, Talia. Don't go making it sound like they're haunted. They've been through enough already.
In a way, they are. The legend of the Gemini soul, the Anima Geminata, dates back to the First Age, before the Hollow King was even a whisper in the void. It was said that the gods once feared the power of a single mortal soul, so they split the greatest of them in two before they were born, scattering the halves across the world. The legend claims that if those two halves ever found each other, and one freely risked their own life for the other, a true surrender of the self, they would become a sovereign soul, a single consciousness inhabiting two vessels.
It doesn't feel like a legend. It feels like gravity. Like I've spent my whole life leaning over a ledge. And now I'm finally standing on solid ground.
That is the danger, Vaelen. The legend says the Gemini soul is the only power the Hollow King truly fears, for it is a closed circle. Magic usually leaks, it dissipates. But between the two of you, power recycles. What Kara spends, you renew. What you suffer, she absorbs. There's always a catch with legends, Weaver. What's the price? The price is the singularity of fate. In the legend, the Gemini soul cannot exist as one half. If the circle is broken, if one vessel is destroyed beyond the bond's ability to heal, the other does not merely mourn, the other extinguishes. You are no longer two people fighting for a common cause. You are a single flame burning in two lamps. If one lamp breaks, the light goes out for both. That is why Vorgos is coming. He doesn't need to kill you both to win. He only needs to break one of you.
That's a price I can live with. I wouldn't want to live without her. I'll give anything to keep her safe.
I know that, Vaelen, and I know that she would do the same for you. But even a river cannot fill an ocean alone. The bond between you must be sealed permanently. Right now, your union rides on the power of love alone, but the soul you share, it must be anchored completely. And there is only one place we can do that. What must we do, Talia? What you have now is a bridge made of glass, love, and desperate hope. It holds because your hearts are beating in a frantic rhythm of devotion and survival. But glass shatters under the cold pressure of the void, and the apostles carry that cold in their very marrow. To make your bond permanent, to forge it into something that can withstand the king's return, we must go to the Amber Forge of the sun-drenched peaks.
The Amber Forge? Talia, that place hasn't been lit since the Second Age. The path is a vertical nightmare, and the wards alone would turn a lesser dwarf to ash.
Right now, your souls are touching, but they are not fused. You are like two pieces of iron held together by a magnet. If the magnet, your will, fails, you drift apart. At the Amber Forge, I can perform the rite of tempering. I will use the forge to fuse the edges of your spirits and hammer them into a single, unbreakable essence.
And once that's done,
Once tempered, you will no longer reach for each other. You will simply be. Your magic will be instantaneous, your thoughts are harmony. Not even the Hollow King himself could pull you apart then. But the tempering is agonizing. You must lay your shared soul upon the anvil and endure the light. If either of you tries to pull back, If either of you flinches from the other's memories, the forge will consume you both. But if you endure, the Witch Archer will be forever enslaved to your will, Kara. Yours to command, against the Hollow King himself.
I spent 100 years in the cold. I do not fear the heat. Not with him.
Nor do I. If it means she never has to fear the dark again. Lead the way.
Well, you heard them. To the peaks and the Amber Forge it is.
Then we ride tonight, under the cover of darkness, to whatever fate awaits us all.